chunk a deuce, or you can give me that. You can play it cool like you don't know how to act. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can stay broke, or you can make it stack. You can chunk a deuce, or you can give me that. You can play it cool like you don't know how to act.
Welcome to the GRIMM Shadow Show. You know what I'm saying? Live and direct. That's Grimm.
That's Shadow.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how we keep it real, keep it live.
Hit us up, man. Let us know your stories, man. We're gonna start with, in particular, we're looking for some Washington Courtyard, man. I spent so many years out there living. I can't remember when. I was trying to call Bash earlier and ask him when exactly I got in that apartment, but I know it was around 2000-ish. I can't remember, man. My memory's fuzzy, man. I'm you know, just bear with me. But that's why we got you guys, man, to fact check us and let us know what's going on. So we appreciate it. We don't know and we don't remember everything exactly how it went. We just have our side of the story. We already know there's 3 sides to everything, every story. So please, man, let us know and give us all your stories, man. We're really interested in the definitely the Washington Courtyard. I got a story that I'm gonna tell later.
Yeah, okay, Grimm. So you know what I'm saying? We want you to go. You know what? Go ahead and kick it off, Grimm. Go ahead and tell your Washington Courtyard story. You know what I'm saying? Let them know what Washington Courtyard means to you. And you got 3 minutes. Go.
Okay, 3 minutes. Okay, cool. Well, let me give you a prelude. Don't start my time clock yet, Shadow. Let me know. Right. Let them know a little bit about the Washington Courtyard. The Washington Courtyard.
We clocking them, y'all. We clocking them, y'all.
The Washington Courtyard came about when after we were living in the Southwest at Nob Hill. After Nob Hill, we moved to the high rise in downtown, the Houston house.
Oh, boys, what's up?
With Danny, rest his soul. Danny gave Happy that house. We was all me, Bash, and Russell were staying there, and Happy. And then we moved to the Hardy Toll Road. After the Hardy Toll Road, see, that's what we did. We fact checked from the last show. Remember?
Yeah. Then it was the Hardy Toll Road.
So then after that was the Hardy Toll Road, right? And so after Hardy Toll Road, I moved to Washington Courtyard, which was actually about 2 blocks. I could walk to the dope house, right? 2 or 3 blocks down. It was opposite of I forget the streets, man. We can go on the Google Maps and figure it out, but it was walking distance. You could walk a few blocks, get to the jar.
Right.
So I lived there for almost 10 years, literally about 9.5 years. But like you were saying earlier,
we got to get together.
How many people lived there? At first, it was just me and Bash and Bert. And Bert.
And Bert. That's right. And Bert.
We had 3 rooms, and it was supposed to be. I was supposed to have the big room, but as soon as we moved in, and Bash decided to move in, he took the big room. I got one of the smaller rooms. And but we all paid rent, you know, equal. Actually, Bash paid a little bit more for the big room because he had it, you know. So, but it was us 3, and then but over the years, like you were saying, it was it went. I mean, Filetto, Doom, it was Juan Gotti, man. Rashid stayed there a lot. My boy Reg from Rich Rap.
Even little Nene, even little Nene's had a little room at one time.
And more people. I mean, I can't.
And more people lived there or stayed there. Yeah, Hector
lived there. Oh, you know stayed there. Forget about it, man. It was It was a house full, apartment full every night.
Every day of the week. Okay, every day of the week.
Now start my clock. Can you start my clock now?
So what's your story? You got 3 minutes. Let's get them 3 minutes, guys.
My story. There's a bunch of stories. I got good ones, man. So I'm gonna chime in on a few of them, and I can't keep up with the line yet. But my story starts like this. Ready? Here we go. So one of them. Every year we go to the New Braunfels. We go to our family reunion, right? Remember that? Okay, we go to the family reunion every year in July. So we go to the family reunion, and we're at the Lander house. Okay, I remember we're over there doing what we're doing at the house. I got my and I stayed at the apartment. I had it all locked up, and you froze up on me, Shadow. What happened? Okay, and then so I had the place all locked up, and I get a phone call while we're at the Lander house. When I get the phone call, it said, "Hey, man, where you at, man? You gonna be at the party?" And I'm like, party? What party? I'm out of town, man. I'm not gonna be there, man. I'm not gonna make it, man. He's like, well, the party's at your apartment. I said, what? What? There's no, man. There's no party at my apartment, bro. There's no party. No. I'm telling you, I'll call you back. I'll call you back. He calls me back within a few minutes, right? He's at the party, and he's like, yeah. Here, I'm at the house. I mean, man, I hear the music. I hear all kinds of stuff, and I can't believe they're at. It can't be you're not at my house. You're not at my apartment. But it's locked up, bro. There's nobody home. You know what I mean? We're all out of town. I'm out of town. Nobody's home. And he goes like, nah, bro. So I said, well, who's there? And he said, well, shit. I mean, everybody from the dope house. You know what I'm saying? I said, who?
Yeah.
I said, well, who? He said, shit. Carlos, SPM, well, I'm sure Juan, everybody, Rashid, whoever,
Yeah, what's up, Miguel?
Low G Street, everybody, man.
DJ Girl.
Low G was there. I mean, who knows, right? And here's the thing, right? Because we're at the apartments, we would always, there was a pool downstairs, whatever. 4th of July, every 4th of July, they pop the fireworks downtown, so everybody lines up all the cars.
And we had the skyline, you can see the
highway, and everybody would be at the dope house. They're getting ready at the dope house to do shit too, right? So, but no, there's no pool at the dope house, right? So, long story short, man. You cutting me down. So, I said, well, get Carlos on the phone, man. So I'm pissed. I'm not happy, man. So Carlos, okay, hey, what's up, man? What's up? Hey, yeah, man. I said, yeah, man. What you doing, man? You at the house? Man, that's not cool, bro. I'm not cool. How'd y'all get in? Somebody, man. They said it was cool, man. Just jump the thing. Now remind you, we're on the 3rd floor, but we used to hop, reach over
to the balcony. Over to the balcony.
Hop over the balcony, and
what's
then
up, Jay Vaz?
You could jiggle the slide door and it open. So that's how they got in.
ODT.
So, man, bro, I'm talking to Carlos and I'm pissed, man. I don't remember if I went up to you and talked, man, bro, talk to this motherfucker, bro. They at my house, got a barbecue going down at the pool, all up at the house. I said, man, bro.
Hey, so the manager and them, nobody ever called you? Because I know they went into the pool.
Managers were cool.
And they were in the pool for a lever.
Man, the managers,
what's up, 292?
The managers were cool with us from day one, man. So we didn't have a problem with the managers. And then eventually, of course, they knew, who we were and who, whatever. And of course, if Carlos was around and everybody else, they were probably at the fucking party, shit. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
So, but yeah, that's how it went down, man. So that's my one story. That's my first story that I can tell you about the Courtyards. And I'm probably, Selena was probably there. I don't know if I'm not following, but who knows? Matthew was probably there. Everybody was there, man. I forgot what year that was, man. But it was my apartment, man. That was my worry, right? Because I was worried that they get a little too loud. And I was cool with the manager, but the owner wasn't cool with the managers being cool with us because, there were people that would complain, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Even though it wouldn't go too far, in the long run, it wouldn't go anywhere. Long story short, you know what I'm saying? And me being in New Braunfels, man, at the time, and I couldn't really have, the control or whatever. And then the fact that they didn't ask me, and I'm like, Carlos, but, and what did I tell them? The dad line, that's what dad, whenever we say we that's stealing, son. That's
stealing.
That's breaking and entering. Dad, the lawyer, you're breaking and entering. That's what was going in my mind, bro.
Man, I remember so much of the Washington Courtyard. A lot of people do remember about the Washington Courtyards. They remember that you had about 1,000 Crown bottles. You know what I'm saying? When you would walk in, the Crown bottles were all over the place. You had posters. You had big posters, Scarface. I mean, like really good posters that you would find, while you were on the road. You know what I'm saying? Doing shows, we would find big old posters. You know what I'm saying? In fact, I got some of those posters
I found
still.
A lot of good vintage posters all over the country, and I would buy them from like Ripley's Believe It or Not or whatever, because I was into going to do that shit when we were out of town. going in.
Right now, Sergio, Tone Star Boy, Sergio. Right now, he said he was there when the old man was yelling for us to turn down the music at about 5 a.m. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I mean, we stayed there. We had the skyline. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, every 4th of July.
Sergio was probably the one playing the music loud, nigga. What the fuck?
Yeah, no shit. But I mean, the fireworks display. I remember it was so close to downtown fireworks display that the ashes from all the fireworks would land on all the cars. Right? Yeah,
the paper,
they'd have to sweep that down. You know what I'm saying? But the most thing that people do remember is, Selena, you're right, the shit ton of Crown bottles all along all the walls. You know what I'm saying? And you know, people would be like, man, did y'all drink all that shit? You know what I'm saying? And that's Grimm. You know what I'm saying?
Remember when Mom walked in? That was the classic when Mom walked in. You know, she'd been in after that, but the first time when she really walked into my apartment. And that was one of the, I mean, it's a bachelor pad, bro. It
was a crazy place. You know,
we made sure it was clean. We always made sure it was neat as possible for guys, right? And but her first reaction when she looked up, she goes, "Paulie, did you drink all that by yourself?" And I was like, "That's your first, you know, that's your first impression, is that I drink all this." Well, I know you like Crown. I know that's what you drink, you know. I said, no, Mom, I didn't drink every single last drop of every bottle.
Mom, see, you had moved on. You had moved on to Dallas, and me and Mom stayed there. And I want to say it was during one of the hurricanes. I think it was Hurricane Rita. And that was during the time when there was no lights for like a week or two, right? And we stayed there. And I remember the walls shaking and everything like that.
I was probably out of town. I was still living there, but anyway, I don't want to stop your story. But I was still living there. But I was, for 2 years, I was obviously dating JoJo, but I still lived in Houston. And you're
probably right. You're probably right. But she introduced me to this wine. She introduced me to this wine called Mateus. It's like a teardrop bottle, and we must have bought. We went to the store to what is it? Went to the liquor store, and we bought about a case of that, and we stayed there all week. And
12 bottles.
Yeah, dude, about 6 or 12 bottles, maybe half a case. But seriously, me and Mom, not just ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Look, Tone Star, he's saying the Jack Nicholson poster, the taxi poster, all them posters. I got some of the posters. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I got those posters all over the country and the world, man. I was really proud of those posters. Danny, I know you got them. He said, pass the gorilla finger.
Selena, when you were out of town one time, I think when you were out one time, Selena's bringing up the one time, you know what, Raphael was going to go to the Marines, and me and Selena and Raphael, we ended up playing beer pong on the floor. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have a table in there. So we ended up setting the little cups and stuff, and we played beer pong all night, man, on the floor. And we were playing some karaoke game at the same time. I remember that, Selena. We had so much fun. Real quick, I want to address a real quick question that somebody had asked earlier. I hope you're still in here. And they said if we ever met Cuba Link. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, I never met him.
Hey, Shadow, before we get into that, man, don't forget, man, to remind people that about Mello the jeweler, man. We got to let them know we're about 36 in.
Oh yeah, okay. So like, if you want to get your jewelry, you want to get your pendants, you know what I'm saying? You got to go to @Mello the jeweler. You know what I'm saying? That's IG @Mello the jeweler. You know what I'm saying? Once again, don't get your grills, get your jewelry. Go to @Mello the jeweler. That's Grimm's son, by the way. We call him, his name is Anthony, but he goes by the name of Mello. I also want to bust a shout out to 77th and Canal Street clothing line and Texican clothing line. I want to shout out to 713 Inc. with Rusty over there in Canal Street clothing line. I just want to bust out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? They've been showing us a lot of love.
Support, man. 713, man. Like I said, go get it, man. You already know where to get your barbecue. Now go get your clothes, you know what I'm saying? 713. Or get all your apparel. Go get all your needs over there from 713. They got it. You know what I'm saying? So
got it.
That's what's up, man. Keep plugging. We got to keep supporting ourselves, man. We got to keep supporting our neighborhoods, not only our neighborhoods, but our friends and families, man. Especially now, man, with us spread our money. And we got to spread our money amongst ourselves, man.
What's up, James?
So do that. I appreciate all the love. I appreciate all the love, and not to cut you off. I hope you remember where we stopped, but yeah, man, lot of love, man. Hustletown Network. Make sure you tune in at 10 o'clock, man. Hustletown Network on YouTube, man.
Check out Jessica Jeans. Salute to Infamous Texas, straight out of Texas, man. So we're gonna get right back into this. A lot of people have been asking about the book. The book is going strong. It's just the pandemic right now has been putting a lot of things on hold. So I want to address that question. Another thing is a lot of people ask.
But they asked you about Cuban, if you met Cuban Link, or if you ever met Big Pun.
Oh, I met Big Pun one time. I only met Big Pun one time. Now I worked with Fat Joe at one time. In fact, we all went to New York next to
one
mine.
time.
Well, yeah, I work with Fat Joe a lot of times. Actually, you know, every time you come down here, you know, a lot of people make fun of me because I got a picture of me, Big Bird, off on IG, and I'm in his armpit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like I'm so tall. He's so tall that I was literally like in Joe's armpit. You know what I'm saying? So they make fun of that. I don't know why, but you know, of course, you know.
Is it just me, or are you? And everybody chime in on this one, man. Matches, let me know. Is Shadow got that Pearland quality going on again, man? I love Pearland, man, but am I the only one that's seeing you choppy like a motherfucker?
Dude, I don't see me choppy, man. I see you choppy though. You know what I'm saying? But I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I see me straight. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Y'all see me choppy? Am I chopping up? Oh, okay, man. Yeah. Oh man, my bad. You know what I'm saying? Well, I didn't know. I'm over here basically. Man. I'm in the back room.
What kind of service you got, bro? What kind of phone you got, bro? Matter of fact, Selena, man, get with your brother, man. Get Shadow a real phone, man. He is choppy. Yep, choppy. James, choppy.
Damn,
yep,
everybody's saying it.
Fuck. Yeah, Nico, nigga. Oh, you suck.
All right, you know what?
Nico, I'm talking about Shadow. There you go. Move that shit, man. Move around, nigga. God damn. Can you get in the corner? Why don't you go in the closet, nigga? Why don't you go outside? All right, hey, there you go.
Hold on, let me go to another room.
All right.
Now y'all got me going because I got to get closer now.
Y'all gonna mess up Wi-Fi. I'm
gonna mess up my whole vibe.
Hey, what you mean the whole vibe, nigga? You messing up the whole show, nigga. There you go.
Is that better?
You look pretty, Randy. I like you. You're pretty right now.
All right, man. I came to the original set. You know what I'm saying? Damn. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
It's because my granddaughter's asleep, man. My granddaughter's asleep. You know what I'm saying? So I got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? But I apologize for that.
Thank you.
All right, is that better?
Right?
God, is that better? All right. Let's get back to the show, man. Let's get back to the show. Now you can see my ghana and everything.
We're on the 30, man. We're on the 30, so let's do our thing.
Well, I was gonna say, everybody, now you can see my dandruff and everything. Anyway, what I was gonna say is a lot of people have been asking. About these 5735 hats. A lot of people have been seeing the 5735 hats, wondering if we're selling those. A lot of people have been saying, you know, just chiming in and stuff like that. And
we're not yet, but we will be.
We will be. These right here are 5735 member hats. You know what I'm saying? And but we are working on getting.
New Era hats are member hats. We will have we do have a real good clean hat. We got ties in matches. Thank you, matches with that hookup. We're in the process of. We don't want to go too far into it, but yes, we will have. We do have hats that are very similar to these. Very, very, man. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm ready to start wearing those too. They will have different logos on all the way around. We will also customize some hats if you get the orders in quick enough, and if you're okay with waiting a little bit to get them back to you. We can customize names. we can customize.
Carlos Calderon, we got GRIMM shirts. In fact, Monster's got GRIMM shirts right now, man, for 20. I think he's selling for 20 or 25. We're gonna get those to you. We're working on that. But bringing up the 5735 hats and everything like that, a lot of people been asking, what does 5735 even mean? Like, where did that even come from? People that even know what it means, that it means Southeast Latin Sector, even ask, how did y'all come up with that name? So GRIMM, I want you to spend a good 5 minutes and telling the story of why we came up, or you came up with the name Southeast Latin Sector for your first album.
Well, that wasn't the name of the album. The name of the album was Making a Matter Worse.
Right.
So that was the name
the name of the group.
Well, the Southeast Latin Sector started. That's a funny story, man. And we've talked about this before. I don't know. We've talked about this before somewhere, but long story short, Southeast Latin Sector started when I was in the South Park Coalition, right? And I was always around getting on albums, got on the Terrorist album with the South Park Coalition, Click song, South Park Coalition. And then Nip was doing his album with this is all on Rap A Lot. And they were doing his album at some studio. It was a different studio because Dopey and the Terrorists went to Shatiro's.
Okay.
Right. And then Gangsta Nip went to another studio, and I was going over there too. But I was trying to get on the album, you know what I mean? Just like I got on one album. So I felt like I was a part of something, working on getting on stuff now. I was making progress, right? And then I went to Gangsta Nip. I went to Gangsta Nip studio every day, man. I was over there trying to get on the album. Wouldn't necessarily say, hey, asking to be on the album. But I was definitely there trying to be ready. I was always ready, man. What y'all got going? I'm ready to write. I'm ready to do. And
so he never put you on the album.
Right, never put me on the album, and I ain't gonna lie, I got a little salty. At the time, I got salty on that. It kind of hurt me, you know what I'm saying? I got a little hurt, and so I think that's where it sparked. So I was a SPC member, but I knew then at that moment that I kind of had to make a mark of my own, or maybe to get some attention, right, from the SPC. So I was thinking along the lines, and that's when it started. The gear started going in my brain, right? And so what was I going to do to pay homage to the South Park Coalition? I was going to start a Southeast something, right? But what? What was I going to do? Southeast what? Well, I don't want to be separated from the South Park Coalition, so I wanted to be a side of the South Park Coalition, right? But a Southeast side. So a Southeast what? A Southeast Latin Sector. It just kind of.
And that's where you came up with the Latin Sector.
Southeast Latin Sector. Kind of like following along the lines of the South Park Coalition, but making our own mark. And I knew it had to be, because we were Mexicanos, right? So, and I knew that, we knew a lot of, not only Mexicanos, but a lot of Latinos, and I wanted to involve that. I wanted to start. We were the first. We were one of the first, but there was a lot of people. Even though we were the first Latinos doing it, there were a lot of Latinos. I mean, one of the first that were out there with the South Park Coalition and very public, out there doing it. But there was, at the time, believe it or not, I mean, there were a lot of people doing it. I had to go. We got stories, but I had to go through a certain, I guess, what do they call initiation to be in the South Park Coalition. I had to battle some of the 5 top Mexican rappers that were out there. So I wasn't the only Mexican rapper out there. There was just
no, there was, you weren't. Yeah, of course.
Right. So that's what I was kind of looking at. Once I had kind of went through the whole motion of, now this didn't happen overnight. I was in the coalition for a while. I finally got my gold shirt. Remember I had this shirt, the black shirt with your gold name, the gold letters, SPC.
Yeah, you became an official member. I remember when I got my SPC gold hat.
Yeah, the hat. They had to, you go to
all the stitching.
King's Fleet Market, get your
No, you go to Greens Point. Greens Point Mall was the original. It's the only place you could get those hats.
I take it back. You're right. See, there you go. See, but you're right. It was done. It's down at Grum's Point, and you would get your embroideries, and I remember getting all that, and I was happy to be a member. So after all that, after going through all that, then the Terrorists, because it was Scarface that got Rap A Lot, got us involved with Rap A Lot because of Nip. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was involved. He liked Nip, and he wanted him to be on Rap-A-Lot's label.
Right. So he was the one who went to James and said, "Hey, man, you got to check this dude. This dude, you know, because he loved his horror movie raps, right? Who didn't? It was, it was fucking dope.
Right.
It was fun and shit. So he brought him in. And of course, Dope E and Egypt E were doing Nip's music.
Yeah.
Right. So if they went in kind of together, it was a package deal. So, but I don't know if and I believe the Terrorists put their album out first, man. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but the Terrorists put their album out first, and then Nip. But through all that process, me being on the getting the South Park Coalition, being a member, then getting involved with Rap-A-Lot, being on some shit. Then I didn't get on Nip's album. I get a little salty because I was just young and a little naive.
And you did an interview on City Under Siege with Rap-A-Lot. You know what I'm saying? With the whole crew.
That's what I'm saying. All that in the process, right? That's when that's with Scarface, and you know, I was around the Bushwick Bills, the Beto Ones. You know, of course the Doug Keys. I can't name it. Reddy. You know, I mean, all of these cats that were around the Fifth Ward Boys. We were closer to the Fifth Ward Boys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, all them. We were hanging with more of them, even though we were still hanging with Bushwick and Willie and you know, Brad and everybody else up at I remember we can go on about stories, you know, just on Rap-A-Lot.
And Rev just asked right now.
Going to Tuffley Park and being on City Under Siege, that was deep. That was later, you know, that was deep when we were going.
That was later. And
Nip wrote what's the song, Chucky? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that was a little bit of a feud that went on with Bushwick and Nip because of the writing, and you know, it gets down to publishing. That's deep. But I wanted to be on Nip's album, didn't get on it. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of sparked the mentality of we got to create our own shit. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't mad, but I was hurt, I guess. But it came out a little bit of anger, and I started to kind of distance myself on it just so I could. It's kind of like when you write a book, right? Well, you know, so you go out somewhere and get all your thoughts together. You know what I'm saying? That's what I did. I kind of got away from the SPC, but at the same time, I wasn't getting away from rapping and rhyming. I was getting into more of the Southeast Latin sector, evolving and creating that shit.
Right.
It wouldn't, but there's a lot of time between that and then getting into when we put the album out, and then we started spray painting and all that shit around. And that's what turned into, because in the meantime, Southeast Latin Sector turned into 5735 because of our pagers. That turned into our 911. Remember, we wouldn't do 911 because 911, nobody paid attention to 911.
Right. You would dial in 5735 on your pager.
That was like, we need to get
and that
together.
was like, okay, you got to get to the studio, or we got a meeting, or we got to go to Grimm's house, or we got to go to Shadows.
And it would be 5735, whatever time. And that was like, we all got to get together, right? That's how it started, because that was the code for 50. And if you turned it upside down on a pager, it would read Southeast like SELS.
Not only that, but you had mentioned to me while we was talking about this before, rest in peace to our boy, Shank. Shank, he started, you know, tagging up, because he was kind of like, man, y'all got to let everybody know about this Southeast Latin sector, the SELS.
Right.
So he started tagging it up everywhere with a spray can. Right. And we're like, hey, man, hold on, man. Well, you're going to draw a lot of attention. We gonna. And see, I used to be a graffiti artist, and I already had my criminal mischief run-ins with the law because of the graffiti things. So I was telling him, I was like, dude, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, well,
it was really he goes, letting us know, like, you got to be strategic about it. And you're right.
So then he said, he goes, Shank was the one who goes, well, then we'll just put 5735. We'll just spray up 5735, and they won't know what that is, but the real motherfuckers would know. You know what I'm saying? And we're like, oh shit, okay, all right. So Shank,
he was so
spraying up
5735 everywhere. He was like a drug to him. Once he started,
he was our promoter. He was our persistent promotions at the time.
He actually was the one who sparked Sammy. to start spraying. Once Sammy got a hold of it, and then all of his crew and everybody that he hung with, you know, in the gangs, and you know, which was what our fear was. They're gonna think it's a gang thing when it wasn't. But really, Sammy, when Sambo was trying to help us, we're gonna promote that shit, nigga. We're gonna SEC and SELS. Remember?
Yeah.
They were the Southeast Crips. They were the Southeast Criminals.
In fact, we wouldn't spray. Spray SCLS or 5735 in the color blue. We would spray it up in brown. In fact, we have a picture of
everything. Really, we would spray.
Everything was in brown. Yeah.
So
that's real story right there. That goes in the book right there. That's real story right there.
Yeah, the details are really in the book, you know. But the funny thing was that was because. It was in between the time that we were, because we had the album going on, but we had already got with Pen and Pixel, we had already got with Kitten Styles, we'd already started to think about how we're gonna create the album cover. I went out there and took the picture downtown. We wanted to marry the cartoon on top of the realistic background. We already had that going on, but in the time that it took to produce that and really bring it all together, it took about a month and a half, 2 months, whatever it was.
Yeah.
You know, Shank was, you know, too on the edge of his seat, like we gotta promote this shit, you know, and that's like you said.
Yeah.
He was the one that started spraying everywhere. Remember when he got up Shank got up on top of right across the street from Milby. There was those businesses across the street where everybody would get some food, and there was an auto. Everybody could tell me who went to Milby, what was across the street, and there was businesses, and Shank got up on top of the carport over the top and sprayed him on top of that so that everybody could eat. And I said, "What are you doing?" He goes, pull over." And I said, "All right, I'm gonna make the block." You know what I'm saying? And he told me what he was gonna do, and I said, "Okay, I'll fucking make the block." So I made the block, and he went up on top and sprayed 57 or SELS. And so I said, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, it was Rice's. It was Rice's. It's
everybody
like
out the school, they're gonna see it. That was one of the first spots he hit, and it was SELS, a matter of fact.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro. I was, you know, because I don't want to say I wasn't scared, but you know how Dad was. You know what I'm saying? We got in trouble. He was gonna make us go clean that shit. You know what I'm saying? And everybody that knows me and knows my dad and knows how my dad is, you know, I wasn't worried about the law. We weren't never worried about the laws. We were worried about the law, nigga. We was worried about
the law.
And so because
the law was our
that
dad.
would be the thing was, I don't know if it was the embarrassment or whatever, but it was more like, man, bro, you know, what if we gotta go clean that shit? You know what I'm saying? Because Dad tells you, and your dad's out there like, get everything, son, all of it. I'm sorry, you know, your dad's gonna go apologize and make things right with the business.
We're about 45 into it. We're about 45 into it. I gotta repeat once again, you gotta pay the bills. If y'all don't know, man, we're doing a lot of sponsorship. We're trying to get this thing going. So first of all, we want you to remember, go to Hustletown Network at 10 o'clock, right after this show on YouTube. You will see the first episode. Thanks to Infamous Text. Thanks to Hustletown Network. What they're doing is he's taking these stories that only last 24 hours on IG, and they're archiving every single one. So you're going to see the first one. You're probably going to see, you know, how it's been developing. You know what I'm saying? And we're working on, we're getting better. We're getting better as the time goes on.
The process.
You know what I'm saying? There's a process. So we appreciate y'all for, you know, checking us out. Another thing, we want y'all to DM me or Grimm on our IG. You know what I'm saying? If you on my IG right now, so you already know, DM me any stories. We want our followers and our fans to give us the time when they heard our music, you know what I'm saying, what it did, what it changed, how that changed you know what I'm saying, in your life, you know what I'm saying, if anything. So go to @Grimm713 or you go to @ShadowTheOG. Go ahead and DM us, messages, give us your stories. I want to get with HCX Martinez. He's not in here today. He had a beautiful story. And what we're going to do is we're going to take Grimm out of here and we're going to put you post up and we're going to let you shine on your story for 3 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Hey. So we want to hear from you guys. We don't want to just talk all this time. We want to keep it between us. We want y'all to tell us y'all stories. Because that's what this is all about. You know what I'm saying?
We're calling it viewer participation. And that's what we want, man. We want you guys to get involved in the show. That's what it's all about, man. That's what we've always been about, man. Is really we want to, it's about the future, right, man? And old stories, new stories, we want them, man. We want to hear them, man. So, and it doesn't have to be just about music. It doesn't have to be just about us, man. We're looking for all kinds of stories that spark our interest. It could be something that's going on now. We'd like to hear from you guys. One last thing, man. I know we're paying bills again, so man, Mello the Jeweler, bro. Man, let me tell you,
Mello the Jeweler.
Let me go ahead and let you know, man. For any of your custom jewelry needs, for custom pendants, diamond grills, even permanents, he does it all, my dude. Mello the Jeweler. Get him, man. Instagram. Get him on Instagram. Hit him up. He'll come to you. He's been doing this for about 5 years. He's nationwide with it, man. He's doing it right, man. Mello the Jeweler, man. Not only that, on top of that, with all your jewelry needs, he's got bullies, man. That's a side lick he's doing, man. He's selling these dogs. So
Bully Lane Kennels. At Bully Lane Kennels.
He's got some really nice dogs. So if you're interested in that, that's a side lick. Still get him at the same spot. At Mello the Jeweler on Instagram. DM him if you follow him already, man. DM him and get with it, man. Let's keep it going, man. Shadow, let him know what we're doing, man.
All right, so what we're doing, man, is we're just keeping it rolling. You know what I'm saying? The Polo Loco, you are so right, man. We need to do a meet and greet, man. We will set that up. Hit me if you can help me with that, Polo Loco.
That's a great idea.
Polo Loco, hit me up, man. I see CW Field Music. If that's two-tone, hold on. CW Feed Music. If that is two-tone, what's up to two-tone, man? Two-tone did all the title tracks to every Carlos from the most, The Third Wish. What did he do? Time is Money. Power Moves.
Let us know if it is, man.
Man, if that's you, man, salute, man. We need to get together, man. We need to do some more, some more music, man. We ain't quit, you know what I'm saying? That's another thing. A lot of people asking what's coming out. A lot of people asking about my HTU2. This pandemic, man, I ain't gonna lie, it put a stress on me. K-Rino's supposed to get on it. He wants to wait till the smoke clears. I want my album to be the dopest album that I can put out. So I'm holding it. I'm holding it because, it's not finished. It's not what I'm doing right now. I'm actually taking songs off and putting songs on since I had the time with this thing. But I'm gonna get it to you. We're working on a 5735 album. You know what I'm saying? With Revy Rev. Somebody asked earlier about the song that we did with a hook with Pimp C that Rev and me been working on. Rev answered you and says, it's coming, man. That's going to be probably, I hope that, Rev, I got to talk to you. We're going to put that on the 5735 album. I just got a song with Filetto and Bushwick that's going on the HTU2. As I'm doing this album, it's coming out. Hey. I want Grimm to get on that song. So I'm making moves.
5735. I'm putting you on the spot right now. Are we putting on 5735?
See how it goes. Bean just sent me a song from the beat that, you know what I'm saying, he had back in the day. I'm not going to say, you know what I'm saying, put him out there on blast, but I got a new Bean song, you know what I'm saying, going on HTU2. You know what I'm saying? So, we just want to keep it real. Man, CW Field, I know you got stories, you know what I'm saying? We got so many stories from the Dope House. That's what we want. We want you to chime in, man. We want to let this history that people have been asking me about, asking my brother about, we want to tell those stories. We want to keep it rolling. We want to keep it banging, you know what I'm saying? And that's why we got to salute to Infamous Text, because we're not going to be on here just 24 hours. We're going to be on here and archive all these episodes, and we're going to put it on his Hustletown Network YouTube channel. We're going to put it on my channel, Shout Out to OG. I know I haven't been posting a lot of things right now, but I mean, I got so many things going on. I got 3 albums I'm working on. I'm working on 2 murals, paintings, and I got a regular job. So y'all bear with me. I love y'all for all y'all's attention, man.
Hey, we got 10 minutes, man. Let's see if we can get a question in or not. Let's see if we can get a question in or not from somebody, man. We got about 10 minutes, right?
Man, ask us any question you want, man. We're going to put it on blast right now. Don't forget, man, DM us your stories, man, for real, man. We want to do this every Saturday. Tune in every Saturday, 9 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do this for 1 hour. And then, if I'm talking to Infamous Text at 10 o'clock, go to Hustletown Network, and you're gonna see the episodes, the prior episodes. You know what I'm saying?
These are just started. We're just starting with these episodes, man. At first, they might have been a little, you know, but of course, Infamous, man, he's gonna make them look nice. But with you guys involved, it's just gonna be nicer and nicer. We're gonna have more stuff, man, to bring up. So please tune in tonight, man. See what we're doing.
So we always say we're gonna take the first question that comes in.
Damn. That's a good
So
one.
Rev said, why didn't you sign with Rap a Lot, Paul? Why?
I did.
Why?
The story goes real quick, man. James actually sent me about 3, maybe 4 contracts. The first one, of course, you know, Dad's a lawyer. My dad's a lawyer, so went to Dad. I got a contract. Of course, I wanted to sign it right on the spot. You know, if it was my thing, I would have signed it. But my dad, he would have been, if I would have did that, he would have been pissed. So I went down to Dad and I said, hey man, let's read it. And of course, you know how Dad is. Do you know what this says? Do you know? And it's in legal jargon, man. You know how contracts are. It's like you can't understand this shit. And I was like, well, of course not. So he says, we're gonna go line for line. You know, and we're gonna go through every word of the contract, and I'm gonna tell you what this says. And he went through the whole thing. And to be honest, after I read, we went through the contract and we read it, I was like, wow, I don't get shit. I mean, nothing against Rap a Lot, you know, for what he was doing. It was a boilerplate contract. Of course, that's what he's supposed to do, man. That's what they're supposed to do. They're gonna send you something, and if you're gonna sign it, they're gonna get everything, and they're gonna take everything, and it's in their best interest. It's a business move, right? I learned that over the years. But to be honest, you know, I thank God I had Dad, and he was like, why would you want to sign something that you're not, you don't own your name, you don't own your copyright, you didn't own anything, so we didn't sign it. Sent it back, and I said, hey, I went back to him, and I don't know if he was surprised that we didn't sign it or whatever. I told him, hey man, cool, but you know, thanks, but no thanks. And he sent me another contract. To be honest, it was exactly the same contract as the first one. So we sent it back. And then he sent us another one. Now the third one was a little different. There were things that were in our favor because now, you know, after the second one, my dad outlined everything and said, we want this, we want that, you know, countered basically, you know, after that. Because I guess Dad realized I was serious. I really wanted to sign it. So, because I really did, man, I wanted to do this, you know, and I think I should have still, I probably should have pissed that off, you know, for other reasons, and that's deeper, and that's in the book. Actually, I've got a long story about that.
Yeah, the details be in the book on that one. But that's a good question.
But that's a definitely good question. He did send me another, after we counted, he sent us another one. And for one reason or another, like I said, read the book. We didn't. We went a different route. So, but there's a lot of reasons why. It wasn't just because of the content. I'll say that. But James, I will say this: James is a stand-up dude, and he always has been and always was with me. And I think he understood that it was business. So, hey, no love lost there. You know, at least not on our side. So.
Now, James Prince or James Smith, you know, at the time, James Prince has always been real to us. He never was. He actually
looked out for us. He looked out for me in a lot of ways.
In a lot of ways.
When I don't think, and I may be, you know, guessing. I mean, especially at the time, you know, memories are fuzzy. But I don't think. I think for sure there were a few people in those circles that weren't cool with us, you know, jumping on at the time, you know. There were plenty that were. I mean, like we had relationships with Beto. We had a relationship with Bushwick. Bushwick, you know, still, man, I love that nigga. Man, yeah. You know, rest his soul, man. I love him, man.
That's why I'm so excited. I'm so excited to have gotten a song through a guy that I did a song for this dude. I did a beat for this dude named Drew through Timbo.
Man, let me just stop right quick, man. I don't want to make some crazy talk about nothing, but before we start, man, I don't mean, I use that word loosely, man, and I probably, you know, it's not my word to use, man, but when I say I love that nigga, man, that's my brother, man, and I was raised that way, so people that are all over the world and maybe don't understand growing up in Houston when I say that word, and I'm really working on so that's why I'm saying this live, and I'm trying to tell y'all now, man. I say that word because I was comfortable saying that when I was growing up, and to me, man, that was my brother, and that's how we talk, man. So where I come from, that's what it is, and so no disrespect to anybody that hears me throw that word around, and I'm working
real
on
quick, Paul. Real quick, Paul. I don't want to cut you off, but we got about 3 minutes. DKEGD asked, I'm trying to pull it up. How were the shows in Dope House in Los Angeles, and did we ever perform in Los Angeles? You know what I'm saying? Now, I never went to Los Angeles with Carlos. I've been in California with Carlos where they threw lighters at him in San Francisco.
That was in Frisco.
Yeah. And Goto's actually saved his ass, you know what I'm saying? And I think I missed that show particularly. Huh? Oh, y'all, yeah, our ass. Yeah, he stepped in, and I think they wanted to kill us.
They would have.
I wasn't there. I'll be honest with you, I wasn't there.
If they could have, they would have. And I'm just saying that from my experience from the gang life out there, being one-on-one and being in front and face with it. So,
but he didn't ask about the North. He asked about Los Angeles. And I want to say that's where Carlos met, Ike Turner? Was it Los Angeles?
Yeah. That was a show. That was Rashid, actually. Rashid was on the Held Up soundtrack. Jamie Foxx is in a movie called Held Up.
That's right.
And Rashid was on the soundtrack. Doom had something to do with that too. But so we went down there and did a show.
1 minute.
We went down there and did a show. Man, we ain't got time for that, man. That's a long story, but we did a show, and after the show, because Carlos was throwing hundreds everywhere because nobody was listening to us, so he threw hundreds to get everybody to the stage. And motherfucking me, Ike Turner, man, noticed that shit and went and met us after the show, man. That was some shit, bro.
Yeah,
that was some shit.
Yeah. That was crazy.
It was bad to recognize him and say, you know who that is? That's motherfucking me, Ike Turner. Oh, shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Hey, we only got 1 minute, man. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Remember, 10 o'clock, right after this show, tune in, Hustle Town Network, and check out the first episodes. And we're going to keep y'all coming. We're going to keep y'all real. We want to shout out to all the real people. We recognize who's been here since day one. We want to make y'all 85735 affiliates. We want to send y'all some cards. We want to send y'all, some thank yous. And we salute y'all, you know what I'm saying? Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your friends. Let's keep this rolling. Let's turn this into something bigger than what it is right now, you know what I'm saying? We love y'all. Remember, tell us your stories. We want y'all to get on here and tell us your stories when y'all first heard, all the Latinos, not just us. When you first heard an SPM song, when you first heard, Fat Texas, when you first heard a Shut 'Em Down song, when you first heard any Latino, just remember, back in the days that we all being real, we all keeping it live. We the Latinos, Tommy G was out here. When you first heard a Salty Water Records song, and you were listening to 100.7, the house party, or you went back to those clubs, back in the clubs when there was a club every day of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You had Monday, Perfect Rack, Tuesday, Hullabaloos. You had Wednesday, Metropolis.
Come on, T-Town. Wednesday with T-Town. Come on.
You know what I'm saying? You had Thursday, you had the Roxy, you had the Roxy, you had Coco Loco, you know what I'm saying? You had Friday back in T-Town, you know what I'm saying? Look, at Club Amazonia. If you remember those days, if you remember Tequilas, you know what I'm saying? Well, we got to talk about that first show at Tequilas, man. Matthew Matches flipped the switch. He's got a dope story about that. We got to get y'all on. Whatever y'all remember from back in the 90s, you know what I'm saying, when this era was coming on, we just want y'all to drop that, you know what I'm saying? We got 25 seconds. We salute you. Y'all keep it tuned in. Y'all keep it loud. We all keep it live. Y'all keep it subscribed. H-Town Network, Hustle Town Network, YouTube, Get It Live, first episode. Thank y'all, man, so much. We're going to see y'all next week, Saturday, 9 p.m., the GRIMM SHADOW Show. And we out, baby. We love you.